So, hello everybody. You know why the reason I'm here is that I want to explain you in a more explicit and more in faster way what is sleep apnea and why is it important for us to treat sleep apnea. I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be looking into this camera today if there wasn't a doctor who sent me to the sleeping disorder clinic. I would be dead by today, that's 100% sure. So what is the biggest problem with sleep apnea? The biggest problem with sleep apnea is, I speak faster because I want to get this as short as possible. The biggest problem with sleep apnea is that none of the symptoms, absolutely none of the symptoms hurt. There is no pain, there is no pain. And when there is no pain, we don't go to the doctor. You know, we are happy that we are alive, you know, so that's it. But it's a silent killer. So actually the symptoms are, let me say, they're the following. One of them is daily sleepiness. The other one is we fall asleep when we are watching TV. That's the most common one. You know, then when we are reading a book, we fall asleep. You know, we will fall asleep when we are on some, you know, like monotonous drive. You know, when there is like a long haul bus or something like that. During our sleep, we look at in the morning we look at our bed, it looks like, you know, like it was a battlefield, you know, because we're turning around all night, you know. And in worst cases, even you get sweating during the night. Usually it is on your head, you know. Some of the people get a dry mouth because they're taking the air through their mouth. So those are the symptoms. Some of them have headaches in the morning and everything, you know, so, but it doesn't have to be all the symptoms. So these symptoms are usually coming with this. Oh yes, I forgot the most important one. It is that we go to how do you say that? To urinate during the night, you know. So, and there is no reason for it because during the night we should sleep. That's it. So these are the symptoms. It's a silent killer. So now we know that. But why is it important to do something about it? It's important to do something about it because the consequences are very dire, very strong. It is very, very bad. After a year or two or a couple of years, we will get most probably, the people who have this problem with sleep apnea will get most probably high blood pressure. That's number one. Number two, which might occur, which is not 100% sure to occur, might occur, is arrhythmia, or the rhythm of the heart is out of control. So that's the other thing. The third and the fourth things are very, very tough. One of them is heart attack, and the fourth one is a stroke. My father had 2 strokes, and unfortunately they didn't treat him for sleep apnea after his first stroke, so he got a second one. So that's it, you know. So these are the consequences. So, and the thing is, now I will explain you why do we get high blood pressure, what is happening, what is causing all this problem. The problem is actually very simple. It is this, I think it's in English it's called pharynx. It is the tube that is connecting the outside air and our lungs. So the problem is in pharynx, in this tube muscle. During the day, when we are awake, all our muscles are in tension. All our muscles are in tension. More we get to the deeper sleep, more we go towards the deeper sleep, our muscles relax. It's in a parallel way. They just relax the same way as we go down to the deeper sleep. More they relax, this pharynx muscle is relaxing as well. And in the people who have problem with sleeping disorder, with the sleep apnea, this closes totally when we get to the lowest, to the deepest sleep. It closes totally, and there is no connection between the outside air and our lungs. So what happens then? Then there is no more new oxygen intake. So the level of oxygen, which is called saturation, is falling down. It's less. The normal one is between 95 and 100. But after 10 seconds of no new oxygen, it is falling down maybe to 95, 94. After 20 seconds, it's going down to 82, to 92, 89, 88. Somewhere there, the brain, which is like a computer, it's calculating, has spotted there is a problem. This guy is going to suffocate. There is no oxygen. What does he do? He is blowing a horn like, wow, wake up, wake up. And in that moment, the adrenaline goes up, we wake up, and when we wake up, our muscles are again in tension. They are in tension, they are strong again, and that's the moment when this pharynx opens up, this tube opens up, and then we again get air. Finally, that's it. And then, what is the problem with all this? The problem is that actually we cannot do two things at the same time. You cannot be in deep sleep and at the same time to have air. Because when we are in deep sleep, this pharynx is closed. So we are dancing all night between being in deep sleep and taking this air, intake of air. So that's it. That's the biggest problem. And what is the price? Why is the problem so big? What is the price that all these are paying? The price is that when we wake up during the night and our heart starts to beat strongly to pump that red cells around, the red cells carry the oxygen around, so they have to pump, so the heart has to pump very strongly. At that moment, our blood vessels, they get this huge amount of blood at the same time. So in the beginning, in the first couple of years, they're just accepting it, and they're widening. But after a while, maybe after 2-3 years, they start to defend themselves. They go like this, and then the diameter of our blood vessels gets smaller. So when the diameter gets smaller, that's the pressure gets higher. So that's the high blood pressure. But at the same time, where does the arrhythmia come? The arrhythmia of our heart comes because instead of having a steady, slow rhythm during the night, when our heart should be resting, it's not resting. It is resting for a while. Then there is this alert, then there's alarm, then the heart starts beating like crazy, and then during all night, that's what we have, the heart cannot rest. So we have heart which is not resting. And what happens? Why do we get a stroke or why do we get a heart attack? Because after years, when we get all these big, huge amounts of blood pumped in our veins, the smallest blood vessels in our brain or in our heart, they just explode. And that is either a heart attack or a stroke. So, what I can tell you, what I suggest is, please go and see, not your, how do you say that, the British would say it's like GP, general practitioner. Don't go to see him. Just go and see a professional for sleeping disorders. Just like when you take your car, when you have an electrical problem, you take him to auto electrician. You don't take him to an ordinary repair person. You go to the specialist for that. Here you have to do the same thing. Go to the specialist for sleeping disorders. They are trained to help everybody. They are trained to help you, and they will help you. I'm 100% sure. So cheers, go for it.